Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And this is Friendship Supreme. And we're the podcast that dares to ask, when are we going to get the Last Dragon Pops?
I want the Last Dragon Pops so bad.
We've been asking for him for day one.
Oh, the glow.
Oh, can you imagine the chase where it glows in the dark with the glow?
He'll wear little Converse. Oh my god. Tingles.
Nothing makes me happier than the idea that a show enough pop could happen one day.
Like April. Little tingles.
We are here today to talk to you about something that has become a bit of an obsession.
Little bit. Little tiny bit.
For those of you that don't know, Funko is a company that makes
Things.
nostalgia in a box. Mm-hmm. And we have become fans. They have ventured out and made other types of things, but what you see before you and what you've seen in front of us in every episode is kind of their main breadwinner, and those are the Funko Pop exclamation points. I don't know why they put the exclamation point in there.
You should be excited about them.
Pop.
Pop. Maybe it's not like pop. Maybe it's like a jazz.
I always thought of it like a comic book pop, like when someone gets hit.
Pow.
Pow. Pop. Bang. Small history behind Funko. Interesting fact for anybody that is just now starting out. Otherwise, most of you probably know. They started out making Big Boy bobbleheads for Big Boy burgers, and it did not do well. And so the person sold the rights, and the people that got it then started marketing to other pop culture entities and started getting licensing, and it has become a absolute phenomenon.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that they're not working on besides The Last Dragon.
And maybe Funko's listening right now, and we could get ourselves Funko Last Dragon Pops. Yeah.
Will one of them be a chase of his little brother tied to the chair, dancing out?
For those of you who have never seen that movie, stop what you're doing right now, including watching this episode. We're okay losing the views for you to go see this movie.
And then come back, and then we'll continue on.
Yep. But that's a little bit of info about the Funko Pops themselves. I guess we'll talk about how you first got into collecting Pops.
We've handpicked the ones in front of you. These are yes. We handpicked every episode, but this is specific because we have stories behind each one. This is my first one. We got into this because my good friend here and I decided that we weren't going to get into these because we know how addictive we can be to certain desires in life. And I watched his dog for him, and he decided to reward me with the Spider-Man Pop. And about 600 later, here I am today. Michael?
Sucker. Mine was similar, but it wasn't Cleve's fault. Someone else bought one for me. I'm quite a big fan of Captain America, and one day a friend of mine thought this is obviously the perfect gift for you, and bought me a Captain America Pop.
The Avengers one, right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And that was kind of the start of it.
Not easy to come by anymore.
They're not. Yeah, no. I made a habit of collecting all the Captain America ones, which has become kind of painstaking because they're not exactly cheap. But anyway, I got the Captain America Pop, and it kind of spiraled me into it, and thus I had to drag someone down with me.
Good friends. To the end.
Now that I think about it, I actually didn't bring that one up.
I guess that friend wasn't that good of a friend for you.
She's still a good friend. I
can't
picked
tell.
Other ones that
I brought out the one my friend got me.
I brought out one that my friend got me.
I can't help but notice they're not your custom pops.
Yes, the custom one does not travel because he's on a plate, and I'm worried it'll break off.
That's fair. Michael has no excuses.
I couldn't bring my custom one out. I didn't want to show up to leave.
Stephanie made some for us. We'll actually put them on the screen.
I'll picture them right now.
Now.
And now.
Okay.
And now, because Stephanie put us both on blast, maybe someday we'll give away a custom pop she makes for you. Yeah.
Yep, that sounds like something we should
make her do the work, and then we'll give it to you because she does a really good job at being artsy and stuff, and we don't. And maybe the loser of the contest will have to have one made by us. Send us your picture and we'll make one.
We don't want to lose fans.
Have you ever imagined what it would be like if you looked like Sloth from the Goonies? Because we could do that for you.
I have dabbled in the arts, and as you see in the intro, it's not great, but there's worse, and I know that because the person that I'm sitting next to would have done it. I've not seen you do a picture where I'm like, there's some effort there. That's not bad.
And what's sad is I put maximum effort in all of mine. I just, I'm colorblind?
I mean...
Is that the reason?
Pencil and paper.
Alright, so the last one Cleve saw, I think I might have blinded someone with it, so... Maybe I'll show it to you guys someday. Anyway.
It needs to be in the intro. What are we doing? It would be like
maybe the outro?
It would be like The Ring.
For
someone saws it, and then you gotta show it to somebody else.
If you don't show it to 7 other people, then you die. It eats your soul. Anyways. So... It's kind of become crazy. When we used to... Cleve and I have known each other for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't know each other when we were younger, but I'd imagine similar experiences when I went to comic book conventions. It was all about comic books. And you didn't see a whole lot. Like, it was weird to see people there for anything that was like Japanese anime or anything like that.
Yeah.
And now it's become kind of this weird pop culture phenomena that, like, there's very rarely comic books.
Yeah, I think you go to both stores and you'll see walls of these more than you will anything else.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point, is that, like, I think that that's become our way of collecting comic book-esque type things. Although I don't think I have a single comic book here. Well, Diggle.
And
they have their own graphic novel.
Yeah, so.
But I think it's our way of another fun thing for us to collect. That's kind of brings out our nerdy side. They can be really expensive though.
They can be very expensive. What's the most you spent on one?
What was I spent on one? For you or for myself? For you, I think it was $115 for Dr. Doom.
That's a lot.
It was rough, but he also helped me move from Florida back to Texas, and I thought I owed him that at least.
That he did.
I also almost murdered him in the car.
That he did.
In a U-Haul. We started careening off the road, and it didn't.
We were like this, and then all of a sudden it went.
I was trying to pick good tunes. Well, that's life. But anyway, so that would be the most expensive one I bought for you. The most expensive one I bought for myself would probably be the Alice in Wonderland one. Like, just out retail, too. Like, it was...
What's the Alice in Wonderland one?
Specifically from the Disneyland parks. It's an exclusive.
Oh,
in
the
teacup.
Teacup? Gotcha.
Yeah. She, from the park, was 50 plus tax. It ended up being about $60. And I would tell you that's probably the most I spent, like, just personal pop for myself. How about you, man?
I have, for myself, have bought 2 off the top of my head for $50, 1 off the top of my head for $80. I still slightly question the one for the $80, but it's over and there's nothing I can do about it.
Which one did you buy for $80?
Hobgoblin. Because he came in that box that I missed out on because I didn't see the email. From the Marvel Collection Corp, Marvel every 2 months will send out a box of randomness. And once a year, they have this special box that you can order. And I didn't get the email. And it was a Spider-Man villain, and I'm big on Spider-Man. So I eventually just bit the bullet one day and bought it.
You mean it wasn't Morbius?
I got Morbius, man. That was one of the sadder boxes. That's just like when I got Bullseye.
Hey,
Even
Bullseye's a gem.
Even though the Daredevil one's cool, the Bullseye I could have done without. There's so many rivals. Anyway, for you, I don't know because I don't look at it. I just kind of get it together.
Probably. What'd you pay for Woody?
I think about 50, maybe.
Then probably Roxy. She bought me Roxy too.
Yeah, but I think I got her before she hit that peak. Which is
that's the key to all of it.
Yeah, the deal of the game is you got to get them before. And there's some that I've gotten thinking that, like, yeah, this one's about to kill it. And then it goes nowhere. And there's some that I'm like, I don't really need, I'll get it later. And then it skyrockets.
I bought the Saved by the Bell ones for my wife. They're all worth like $20 a piece at least.
I continuously pass on, what's his name? Bebop and Rocksteady I passed on multiple times for like 20 each, and now they're like 60 each.
I have both of them. Yeah.
Yep. You also have 2 El Kabongs.
Anybody want one? Let me know.
Comment down below.
But yeah, so
money.
Let's what have you found is your most successful way of finding a pop you want?
Besides the internet?
So, do you go to like an online online retail, or do you go like, are you using OfferUp? Like, what's produced the best gem, I guess, for you?
The one that produced the best gem was OfferUp, just because the person didn't know what they had. But I spread wide. I go to Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, Hot Topic, Box Lunch, OfferUp, 5 Mile, Let Go, eBay, not to mention the conventions and the stores. So I know about what I'm looking at and how much I want to spend depending on which one it is. But there are some I'll say that I would spend more on that aren't as high valued, which is odd to me.
Well, and I would tell you, so that's the most important thing. So 2 things to get from that is, first of all, we do this because we love them. Like, we genuinely enjoy these. I've gotten my wife into them. I've gotten my kid into them.
Stephanie's in them now.
Stephanie's in them. We started forcing them down Stephanie's throat.
Not as extreme.
But, yeah, right. Stephanie only lets us buy them for her. She doesn't buy her own.
Wait till your wedding gift.
No, Derek buys them too.
Oh, okay.
Every now and then I'll be like, I want this one. And he goes, okay, I'll buy them.
But we buy them because we genuinely enjoy them. And the second thing to take from that is one of my least favorite things to deal with in general is resellers. Because there are a lot of people that will buy these retail at $10 on average. Sometimes anywhere from 8 to 20, depending on the size of them and if they're an exclusive. Like I said, I think Disney, because they know they can, charges you out the butt for them. But other than that, like, genuinely, they're just $10-ish average. And most of the time now, you have to line up 2 hours before Hot Topic opens to get an exclusive. And even then, you're probably not going to get much, if you can. Because you'll watch people walking out with 5 or 6 of them. And depending on the store, most of them don't regulate it. Much like Target doesn't regulate it. Walgreens doesn't regulate any of theirs. Although Walgreens, I feel like, has not had many exclusives lately.
They have an Endgame one coming out of the Quantum Suit, is what we keep calling it, of Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. That's it.
But resellers, to me, have really ruined a lot of the joy of it, because while I would love to have every Scott Pilgrim pop, I can't spend $300 on the Sex Bombs. It's just not ever going to happen. I almost brought myself to spend $150 on eBay. I put the bid in, and then someone bid it up again. Like, it was at like 130. I put the bid in. It went up to 150, and I just couldn't do it.
There's no justification. That's what it is.
I had to, right, because I know those pieces of plastic were $30 when they bought them.
Maybe if you had all of them and that's the last one, maybe. But that's still even tough.
I mean, heck, I just had to pay $150 for plumbing the other day. So, I mean, that's
money well spent.
Right. You know, I'd rather my plumbing work than have, some toys. But that being said, we do love them. The resellers make it kind of tough, I guess. That's why I was asking what you found the best, I guess, way to buy them, because it...
Honestly, what I do now, a lot more than anything, is I will find an exclusive as I'm hunting for myself. And if I already have it or I'm not interested in it, I'll buy it and I'll put it on OfferUp and I'll say, I have this. Does anybody want to trade me something? That way, I'm not paying an outrageous amount. They're not paying an outrageous amount, and we're both getting something that we want.
And I will say that, because we do occasionally buy more than one of something, but I will tell you that I've seen Cleve do it many times where he's sold it almost at value. Maybe throw in $1 or $2 for gas, but we genuinely just want people to be able to enjoy it. So we're never trying to make a huge amount of money off of them. That's why some of my more valuable ones are other boxes, even though it broke my heart a little bit. But I don't ever plan on reselling them.
It's safe, man.
They're here.
They're safe.
Woody's not supposed to be out of the box.
And I mean, Dead Yamcha, how would you ever seen those locks if you didn't let out
This
Dead
is
Yamcha?
so true. I don't even know if you can see or if you've ever even had a Dead Yamcha, but this is Dead Yamcha, and I need you to see his flowing hair. I would have never seen it. I don't. Maybe hold it like that. You can kind of see it.
Put him up to the shirt.
Yeah.
Or just insert picture.
Yeah, look at that. Stephanie thought he was sleeping.
He's not sleeping.
He's sleeping.
The box says Dead Yamcha.
It does say Dead Yamcha.
There was that time that I traded with some guy at Walmart, and he had his 2 kids, and we were trading a Dragon Ball Z for a Dragon Ball Z one, and I gave him his, and he gave mine, and the little boy was so excited about the one that I traded to them. I'm like, this is what it should be, not what you guys are making of it.
Yeah, it gets miserable. It's people make a business out of it. But I don't know. We found some really cool people in doing this. In fact, we'll plug another podcast, Pop Collectors Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Cleve met them, one of them, while out and about.
Randomly at a Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
I've seen him at conventions before, but yeah, at a Barnes & Noble, I actually sat and talked to him.
Met him, talked to him. This is back when we were doing a different podcast. We used to do another podcast before this one. It was a little more centralized on certain aspects, and we broadened our horizons. But we were doing a different podcast back then and met him, and he was super cool. Told us to come meet him at a convention one day. We went and talked to him for a while. And then after that, I started actually listening to their podcast. I watched them on their live Facebook Live, stuff like that. But they actually do a lot to help people find Pops as well. Yeah. They have a community all together that's, basically everybody just says, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I need. And then they do like auctions every weekend where they're selling off some of the cool stuff that they've gotten because they go to all the conventions and stuff.
And not super, it's an auction, but not super high.
I will tell you all the money that they're usually close to PPG Pop Price Guide, which can be a little expensive sometimes, but everything that when you're doing their auction, stuff like that, you're paying for them to go to the conventions and stuff. You're kind of just funding their ability to get more stuff for everybody else. I've actually bought a couple Pops from them. For myself, Funko baseball guy In fact, the auction ended before I got my bid in, and everybody was making fun of me because I was super excited to get it. And everybody was like, "Why do you even care if it's?" I was like, "Oh, we already closed it." And the guys were like, "No, if this guy wants it, we're gonna still auction this off for him." So thanks for that, guys. But yeah, no, if you actually like Funko Pops and you've done listening to us for the day, go check them out. Pop Collectors Alliance, they're pretty good. Locally based in Texas as well.
Yep.
Texas brings the best podcasts. We can announce that.
Number one.
Not number one state, but number one podcast state.
That sounds like number one state.
It's close.
It was one word difference. I'm going to say that's what you said.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll edit it.
We'll do some wizardry.
Number one state. Done.
My daughter every once in a while will chant, "I'm number one." And then for some reason plugs in the number 8 too. It's really confusing. She'll, "I'm number one, I'm number one." And then she'll go, "I'm number 8. I don't know why. But she really likes the number 8 now.
8's a good number.
You know.
Solid
sure.
number, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway. So what is the most interesting pop story you have in hunting for a pop?
While I was on vacation, I think 1 week, I was on OfferUp, and this guy had 4 pops for $20, and one of them was the Green Lantern from the movie, the Hal Jordan one, and I was like, I know he's worth at least 20. Yeah, sure, I'll meet up with him. Drove to him, met up with him, and I had an Iron Patriot already, so I was just going to get the other 3 just so that he didn't know the jig was up on me just wanting that specific one. And then I got home and looked at this one. And I was like, oh, this one's metallic. Mine's not metallic. That's odd. And it turned out that the $20 pop I thought I had was actually about $75. And now he's up to $100. So that's the second time that I've touched him. That's a true story. What about you, man?
Is it weird that my weirdest story is you getting me a pop?
No.
It's John Diggle.
John Diggle.
A, my favorite pop. B, the weirdest story I've ever had about a pop. Because Cleve went down a basement in New York. Cleve doesn't ever travel. And he doesn't like to travel. And he does not like to take vacation. I don't know. He just likes to work.
It's not a thing.
But he doesn't ever go anywhere. But he went to
That
New
is
York
true.
one day. He was just adventurous and went to New York to go see Nintendo store, right? Nintendo Land. I want to call it Land, but I don't know that it's considered Land. But anyway, Nintendo store, Nintendo World.
There's one in
whatever
New
it
York,
is.
so
In
like,
New York,
why not
yeah,
go?
that one. He went there, and apparently at some point in time found a random nook to go down.
Toy Tokyo.
Toy Tokyo, and went down the stairs into it, and thought he was going to get murdered for
It's
it.
an entire basement full of pops. It's magical.
Yeah.
But they had John Diggle, and I had not seen John Diggle anywhere else. And my boy likes John Diggle.
I do like John Diggle.
He doesn't like John Diggle.
Yeah.
I need him as his new character also. I wonder if they'll put any out for his final season.
Is it Spartan, or is
Yeah.
he something new from that?
No,
I
it's
think
Spartan.
they do have a Spartan one.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I could be wrong. Other than that, the most interesting pop story I have is less about getting a pop and more just having the pop. Have the Roadhog pop and got to see Josh Petersdorf. He thought the girl standing next to me was my wife. It was kind of fun because he made a video about it, and then I got to go like, "Hey, look, wife, this person is not my new wife." But anyways, he's actually a really cool guy. I think you were with me when we got to meet him, and he was super nice. I was wearing my Outlaws jersey, so he was all pumped about that.
Yeah, he went into the full story immediately.
Talked about how he was playing. Anyways, yes, he was really cool. So I think that's another nice thing or fun thing about them is that I don't know that I would have ever met Josh Petersdorf if I wasn't like, oh, I want to get my pop signed by him. Again, they're fun adventures. I went into a store in Barcelona, and they have Pops everywhere. So it's not just here in the U.S. It is definitely spread everywhere.
And they have something for everyone.
They really, really do. Including Friends Pops.
My parents would buy Pops too.
Cut that whole sentence. Not speak of them on here. I'll let you.
Not only
I'll let
do
you
they
go
make,
by with Saved by the Bell.
not only
Don't
did
test it.
not only did I buy Friends Pops because I bought them for my wife. They're one of the more valuable ones in my set.
And you bought them on clearance, didn't you?
Yeah,
Or was that
no, it
Saved by the
was
Bell?
Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell I bought at clearance at Thinky. This guy, being mean because he knew it was embarrassing to me because it just seemed embarrassing at the time, proceeded to follow behind me screaming the theme song to Saved by the Bell.
And then I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, at the register, do you know if there's any more Saved by the Bell Pops? Or did this one guy buy all the Saved
Because
by
they
the
had
Bell
all
Pops?"
6 of the characters from the Saved by the Bell. I think there's 6, right? Mario Lopez.
Don't try to bring me in with you. Oh, you know their real names?
Mario Lopez is literally the only one I know. Do you remember Screech's real name? Because he did Time.
Diamond?
So I feel like...
Something Diamond?
Is his name Diamond? That's a stripper name.
I don't
man.
know.
Yeah, his name's like Diamond something or other.
That's
a
wrong.
better answer.
You contributed 0 to that conversation. I know you thought you gave more.
Scott Diamond?
This doesn't feel right.
Um,
Was he in the sky with diamonds?
Alright.
So, okay. Question for you. If you had to say either one specific...
Dustin Diamond.
Dustin Diamond. That's a stripper name if I've ever heard one. If you had to say one, or even I'll give you a set if you want, of Pops that you want Funko to make, other than The Last Dragon, because that's obvious. What would it be?
Can I have them redo the Office Pops?
Absolutely. I would waste my wish for that too.
Double wish.
They made Pops for The Office, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. And they're terrible.
They're just boring
They're
white
just-
people in suits.
This is literally what it looks like. Like, Stephanie could have made better Pops. So, step up your game, Funko. Please. Thanks.
What?
I mean, I already made better Pops.
True.
Right.
Exist.
That's true. Good point.
You could have made better Pops.
That is also
Better
true.
analogy for that one.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think I can.
Yeah, man. I think we should. I'll go get a custom one right now. I will leave in the middle of this podcast. You can continue recording, and I'll be right back with a custom one.
It's not going to be good, guys.
Come on, man. What's the big deal?
I'm not, you know what? Maybe one day we'll do we'll all 3 of us will make of the same character. We'll all make one and see how it comes out.
Who gets
So
to pick
they
the
take-
character?
they take
We draw
out,
names to
right?
see who picks the character?
Yes.
Or since
Absolutely.
you'll probably be the worst, you can pick the character.
Absolutely.
Mine's just going to
Maybe
be
we'll
done in
just
Sharpie.
obviously a suggestion in the comments down below.
Mine would just be with the marker. Like, I'm not going to do.
Just buy the mold and just draw the color. Right? Okay.
I wish. Okay, so a couple actually. If Nintendo can get on board, Zelda ones would be great.
That would be cool. Do we see the Pokemon ones as being Nintendo getting on board, or is it Game Freak that's getting on board?
I think Game Freak. And I'm worried because they're making a 10-inch Bulbasaur that they're just going to make minis and then 10-inch, and that's going to cost me a lot of money. Because I already have...
I told you my idea. I thought it would be cool if they did the evolution where it was like the 3-inch, the
Right.
6-inch, and then the 10-inch. I thought that would be neat.
Yeah.
Like a 10-inch Charizard would be really cool to have.
But for some reason, they're not paying us like they should be.
Funko, we're waiting. Literally just sitting here giving you gold. If you want to bring us on, we'll give you the real stuff.
I think the other two would be music ones. I would do Daft Punk and Tenacious D.
Man, a Tenacious D one would be cool.
With the scruffy beard and the 2 guitars? Yeah.
That'd be a really good one. I like it.
What about you?
3 Ninjas.
Alright, so I put thought into it.
I've been thinking about this forever, man. Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum. with their masks, preferably.
And then it's gonna come with a little side Hulk Hogan, or you just
No,
gonna get a
man,
normal
that was-
Hulk Hogan and bring him in.
Hulk Hogan, three ninjas in Magic Mountain or something. That was a terrible one. Nobody watched the third one. The first and second were gems. And then I would go to Surf Ninjas after that.
Obviously,
They sing Barbara Ann.
obviously.
Hey,
He did sing Barbara.
not Ray Mysterio.
Donovan?
Dang it, what's his name?
Leona.
Ernie Ray Jr. Ernie Ray Jr. Played the pizza guy in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay,
Was also in Surf Ninjas
he was.
with Rob Schneider.
He was.
But no,
That's
okay,
all things I had to
hold on,
relive
hold
today.
on, hold on a second. The Three Ninjas was actually a really good movie. I would like one with a movie moment where he's punching the dummy and the dummy his light up. I had good memories with those movies, man.
I know you did, man. It makes me sad.
You did. if any other character that I had to pick to get a pop, I would like for them to make.
There it is.
Lucille, but it's selfish of me because it's the mascot for the Giants. They made mascots for the different baseball teams, and they just didn't make my team.
It is pretty selfish.
Yeah,
Because they have Ravens football players that they didn't make, but I'm pretty sure they've not made any.
baseball players. They made really little. I think they made a Buster Posey,
I'm sure it's a money thing.
but yeah, I mean, it just depends on who they think's actually going to sell. I would go based off of whoever's selling jerseys and then be like, yep, those ones.
Here's where I think they made a mistake. They should have immediately went to Hall of Fame and not current players.
Agreed.
Because the Hall of Fame you can pull from for days.
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't want a Terry Bradshaw?
They have a Deion Sanders one, and I kind of want him.
He looks good.
With the Falcons?
The bandana on.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Mercury one.
They
They do.
do have. They have a lot of Freddie Mercury ones.
Yeah. One of them he's wearing glittery pants.
I want that one.
Yeah, after
all
the
do.
movie came out, they came out with a lot more.
Did you see they're doing the police now, too?
Yeah, I saw that. I want the Prince one. They have a couple different Prince ones, but I like a Prince one. Still need Notorious B.I.G. Yeah, but I agree. I think a good one would be the Tenacious D, and I don't think it would be hard because I feel like they have a Jumanji Jack Black in there, so they already have Jack
And they
Black.
have the Nacho Libre.
I do want that one.
Mask or no mask?
Mask, obviously. I feel like that's a must.
I don't know. You get the crazy hair without the mask, which is also hilarious.
It's such a great movie.
Best.
Maybe a mask that's removable.
Can you just interchange the heads?
We're waiting.
They also have a Conan O'Brien that's a luchador, and I kind of want him to.
He's like the Around the World one. He's actually not expensive either.
Mhm.
He's like $10. $15.
Not like the show ones that
Yeah.
are San Diego Comic Con that I need you to go to. I need you to go to one show.
I definitely do plan on going to at least one show. By the way, we'll be going to San Diego Comic Con this year, and we'll get you guys footage of that. And if there's something you guys really want, let me know. Like, want to see. We can make that happen. Except for my girls. These are mine.
So, what is the most expensive one you have? Oh, you know what? You talked about your favorite. I did not talk about my favorite.
Yeah, what's your favorite?
The first Miles Morales. I am half Mexican and half black, and so is Miles Morales. So it was a really big deal to me when they put him out. Of course, he's everywhere now because the movie came out and it did so popular. But before he was mainstream, he came out in one little mystery box, and I got him, and I was pumped about it. Along with the Jane Foster Thor, which I was also really pumped about, who's also not as expensive, which makes me feel like there's some sexism there.
Yeah, I really like that one, though.
It's a good one.
What would have been nice is having a chase where she didn't have the hammer and all of her hair had fallen out.
Okay. That went dark. You know,
For those of you who didn't know the story, the Mjolnir was killing her and she was already dying of cancer. So,
remember when we thought they were going a whole Secret Wars route and they didn't? That was really disappointing. Because we missed out on our Sam Wilson Falcon, and our superior Iron Man.
I want so badly to have a Sam Wilson Captain America. I truly believe that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is ready. If you're watching Disney, we want this to happen.
They're not ready.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
So, most expensive?
The one that's most valuable?
Mm-hmm. Just flat out to any...
Weirdly, I just found this out because it had to have gone up in price because every once in a while I look at it just to see which one's the most valuable. The unmasked Darth Vader, which we bought at a Walmart in a different city. Where were we?
Yeah, who knows?
I think it was Tampa Bay.
It was a random choice, too.
It was like you and I we were leaving the city we were in. And we so it would have been San Antonio or Austin. Because went to barbecue. And as we were heading back to the airport, we're like, let's stop at this one Walgreens.
I think it was Austin then.
Yeah, and they had a Yoda and they had the Vader. And we bought the Vader and the Yoda.
Yeah. Yoda didn't do as well.
No, but Vader's worth $95.
Vader went strong.
And I got him for like $8. Other than that, I think...
That's how the game's played.
Other than that, I think Roxy Richter, which is one of the Scott Pilgrim exes.
Scott Pilgrim, for some reason, their whole category skyrocketed in price.
Yeah, I don't get it. It makes it really tough to collect them.
Yep.
You have to buy them the moment that they drop. Like Ramona Flowers. I got her when she first dropped for $20.
And the twins, right?
The twins and one of the other evil exes. I don't remember his name.
Did you ever get Lucas yet?
No. But he hasn't gone up in price much, so Lucas Lee is...
That's how it always starts. Remember when I wanted Lionel and I was like, I'll get him.
Remember, that's a good story, is how we got Panthera and Snarf. And we got them both at a store called Five Below, which, for those that don't have it, is everything is $5 or below. And we randomly came across the pop section and thought, obviously, we had to buy Thundercats pops for $5 and bought Snarf and Panthera and Panthera. Sorry, and
we bought them for $5 each, and they're like
$50.
Yeah, $50 each.
Five Below has pops.
Not anymore.
Randomly, this one time.
It was a one-time.
And they had, in hindsight, understandably in hindsight, how terrible this is now. But they had rows of them, and now they're $50 each. Had we just scooped them all,
bought 10 of them.
Yeah.
Me a Snarf?
Who knew that you like Snarf?
Yeah.
If I had to look at you and say, you know what cartoon character comes by when I look at you? Snarf.
I mean, who doesn't like Snarf?
The Thundercats.
That's true.
He's the best.
I'm pretty sure Wily Kit and Wily Cat used to beat him.
But yeah, that was an interesting one that we got. What's your most valuable one?
The White Phoenix. I bought her. This is one of my. This is one of my $50 ones.
For those of you that are listening, he's just holding it to his head like he's mind melding with the White Phoenix. You
know why? Because the way I keep my youth is by kissing her.
It's a Bob's Burgers reference for anybody that didn't get that. He kisses his unicorns or the Equestrians.
Yeah.
To gain.
Tina. Okay, sorry. I was trying to think of other Bob's Burgers characters' names and only could think of Bob earlier.
I'm going to leave this in here because 6 hours ago when Stephanie came over, she's like, hey, I'm going to make a reference to Bob's Burgers and said something about Bob and then literally knew no other character's name. Mind you, she has pops of Louise and Tina. It does not know any of their names apparently.
So you could only know Bob and Tina.
She just now found out Tina.
Oh.
My brain.
Do you want them?
All mush. We watch Bob's Burgers all the time. I've watched every episode.
Jean?
Yep.
Teddy?
I also have a. Do I have a Jean?
Linda?
I have a Linda pop.
Teddy?
Mort?
I have multiple
Weekend at Mort's. We're gonna have a weekend at Mort's.
I don't have it.
He didn't have one.
He doesn't.
One got cut. Teddy got one though, and I appreciate that.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely leaving that in so you all understand how terrible Stephanie is as a fan of anything.
My memory is done. I'm wedding planning. There's nothing I can think of.
Which reminds me, we're going to be having a live episode at her wedding.
Yeah, come.
She just doesn't know about
Put
it.
the address.
Put the address down below. They'll say it's invitation only, but don't worry. Just tell me you're our plus one.
If everybody hold on a second. If someone shows up and says, "Hey, I'm here with Friendship Supreme. I brought a chair and a sandwich," I feel like you should let them stay.
I'll also put on my wedding invitation that if you don't RSVP, you better be prepared to bring a chair and sandwich.
Here's the thing. I'll provide the sandwich. Just bring a chair, man.
I'll run to McDonald's real quick. Go back. Is there a McDonald's close to your wedding?
There's a Whataburger about 5 seconds away.
Is that who's catering it?
No.
I swear to God, I'd flip my shit. I never cuss on this podcast. I'd flip my shit if Whataburger was holding it.
That was an actual thought, but it would have been like cold and too expensive. Actually, probably not that expensive, but cold.
What you do is you get the Bane burger, cut them in halves, and serve it like finger food. I've thought
In quarters, maybe?
No, man, you crazy? You're gonna get half a burger.
That's a big burger, man. You just take more of them. That's
But-
fine. How many little burgers can make a big burger?
4. Mathematically, everything you just said 4.
Anyways, we've digressed so much. Yeah, the White Phoenix is. Yeah, you
Why am
bought
I
it for
even going to the
50.
wedding? If it's not
If it's
gonna
not
keep
Whataburger,
over?
yeah,
Can I bring my own fries?
You understand? We're just gonna bring our own food. Like, don't even put us down for
Fine.
food.
I mean, we're having Chewy's down, but whatever.
You know what? Everybody does Mexican food.
I didn't.
No, everyone does barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next
Barbecue.
choice.
You
That's
know
the first
why?
choice.
Because
Everyone does
it's
barbecue.
Texas and it's cheap. And by cheap, I mean just less expensive.
Yeah, I was like, cheap was a strong word.
I could have bought a lot of pops with that money.
You should have not had a wedding.
Everybody was
Bought
so
more pops.
selfish coming to my wedding. So yeah, no,
That's gonna be my wedding
Didn't you
registry.
take a whole bottle of barbecue sauce or something?
I would believe that.
And I used a quarter of it.
I would. I left almost immediately and found out that like all of everything that was supposed to go to my house did not.
Some stuff didn't it? I remember packing
The
stuff.
alcohol didn't go to my house.
Oh,
I missed out on that.
That was your family or your new family.
What in the
That
world?
wasn't me. Wait, box of wine. I did take a box of wine.
I was told I was going to get my beer. Apparently, my wife promised my beer to her brothers, which is fine. They probably drink it way more than I would have, but I was a little sad when I got back from my honeymoon and didn't have that.
We are going to get our alcohol because we are going to return anything we don't use. You can do that.
Hold on, you guys heard it here.
Any food that's left over, feel free. Take it all.
You guys heard it here. If you come in as our plus one, there's an open bar.
Self-disclosed.
This episode's not airing before a wedding.
I will speed edit this episode.
I will not sleep until this edit post.
White Phoenix is your most expensive pop.
Yes.
You spent $50 on her. She is now worth a whopping
$195.
$195. But this is our point. Why did something that was $10 originally at one point somehow go up to $195?
That's nothing. There's pops that I understand that I'm never going to own. Like, Red Skull. I want Red Skull so bad. I imagine that you, as a Captain America fan, would also like a Red Skull.
I can get him from the movie moment, but I hate movie moments, so.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so against those.
I don't know.
There's some good ones.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's just weird. Like, yeah, I mean, we'll never own Red Skull. The Thing is not ever going to be a thing.
Remember, the closest we got was $80. He was $80 to get. And what's sad is he was $80, and we thought to ourselves, that's not bad. Maybe we can do 80.
It's
That's
really
not
rough.
bad.
Yeah. What else you got out there? Oh, you went over all yours. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim, most expensive ones I try to buy. Woody is the most unique one I think I have.
Because I didn't even know it existed.
Didn't know,
I
yeah.
randomly one day came across him online and was like, There's only one San Francisco Giant fan I know, so you can have it.
Yeah, I never knew that they made like a baseball team themed.
I don't think anybody else has. I'd
imagine the Mariners just because they're up in Seattle.
But
well,
I've not seen them take a character from something else and
slap
put
it
him
on.
in that uniform.
Sure. The Giants paid a lot of money for that, apparently. The person behind our camera, she has Pops, but it's only because we supply her with them.
Do you have all the San Francisco Giant Pops?
No, that's the only one.
So, are you a fan?
I'd like to think so. I have bobbleheads.
Because did you buy that one?
I didn't buy that one.
So you only have
I didn't know
one,
it existed.
and you didn't even buy it.
I didn't know it existed.
I also can't buy you guys Pops anymore at all because it's too hard to figure out which ones you don't.
We actually have an app now that you can we'll share our collection with you. You can see which ones. So that way, next time you're like, do they have this?
What's sad is it catalogs the price. Eesh. I think Michael said I'm 3,000 up on him.
Yeah, I'm at 9,000. $9,000, almost even. I have just over 500 Pops. Just over 500 Pops. That's what I'm rocking right now. Cleve's almost 700.
Yeah, I overwent 12,000. That's how much I spent.
That's not how much we spent.
But that's how much the whole collection
The
is worth.
value.
Because there's some times where we'll find them for $5 each, and we'll grab a bunch of them.
We found one lady that was like, it was $5 each, buy two, get one free, or something like that at the convention. I just started going, okay, that one.
Yep.
So sometimes we get really good deals.
Sometimes we spend 50. It counteracts.
Those are rough times. It's better when we buy them for each other because then we don't feel as bad. Because it's a gift.
Do those different colored Batmans, are those worth anything?
I think they're about like 7 to 10. I think they're in that range.
Cleve has the whole Rainbow Coalition.
And then I have the Rainbow Batman.
And then the Rainbow Batman.
But I bought them for super cheap because they were Hastings was going out.
I was going to say you rather like some gas station or something random.
No, Hastings in Victoria, Texas, which was like 5 hours from here. And they were going out of business.
That worked for me.
Stephanie's whole collection consists of only females. And Jake.
Unless,
Is Bebo a female?
I think it's gender neutral.
Bemo's a female.
I have Snuffleupagus.
We don't really know what Snuffleupagus is. Based on the eyelashes alone, I would say a female.
I thought it was like Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Oh, it is Mr. Snuffleupagus.
I have a few males. They're mostly female, though.
Cleve and I have made a habit of buying Stephanie only strong female roles.
As it should be.
I appreciate it.
What would you say is the store that gets the best exclusives?
Paul Batter's about to die.
I think Hot Topic might get the better ones. GameStop gets good ones. Box Lunch gets good ones. Walgreens occasionally will get good ones.
I thought Walgreens would be the one you like because they're always Spider-Man, I feel like.
Yeah, they do gear towards... I don't know how they got that, but... what's unfortunate is because they're the ones I want the most.
They're very difficult to find when they're at Walgreens. Walgreens and Target, I would say, are the two most difficult ones to find. Because Walgreens, you can't find their stock on the internet because it just says we have a plethora of a single pop and it doesn't say what kind of pop it is. And then Target, because their employees buy them all and then resell them because they're monsters.
What about you in their store that
I tend to find myself buying more now from Amazon. Like, I like the ones that Amazon has as far as exclusives, but it tends to be Overwatch, so that kind of draws me in. But I would agree with you. I think that overall, Hot Topic tends to have better exclusives. That being said, they're not always the best in price, so it's kind of tough to want to go there.
Well, Hot Topic gets the Overwatch exclusives too.
True.
They
had the Junkenstein ones.
And then the Tracer one.
Oh, true. Yeah, I need to get that one.
Yeah, they started hitting stores there soon.
Yeah. But yeah. What type of pops do you guys like to collect? What is something you guys would like us to showcase more? If you'd like to see more of our collection, as we both stated, between the two of us, we have just about 1,200 pops.
Yeah.
So
right.
let us know if you want to see certain ones. We try to make sure we can pick them to the theme of whatever episode we're doing, or at least some kind of something. Let us know what you're most excited about. Is there an exclusive out there that you're looking forward to finding? Can we help you find it? Probably.
I'm like a bloodhound with it, basically.
He's not wrong. What Funko Pop would you guys like to see Funko make? Other than The Last Dragon, because we all know that's obviously number one on everybody's list. Funko, please do your job.
Make it happen. I would like more Steven Universe ones, fusions and whatnot.
I feel like they could do a lot of Steven Universe ones. I'm surprised they haven't, because they've obviously have some kind of licensing agreement with them.
They pushed out a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously need more Beamos.
They need to finish the Overwatch characters. There's some that we still don't have any love on.
Right. Also, that cartoon has ended. I don't know if you have noted that or not, but if not, you need to catch up. Continue.
I do. Doesn't mean I don't want more of them.
Stephanie pretends to be a fan of Adventure Time, but she actually prefers Fiona over Finn, and nobody does that.
I prefer Fiona over Finn.
Yeah, she literally told me she likes the Fiona episodes better. How do you feel about that?
God.
Did not ever.
Fiona
Ever
episodes
say that.
make me gag my mouth.
The best part of Adventure Time was when Rebecca Sugar was there, though. Can we all agree on that?
When what?
Rebecca Sugar was there.
Yeah. They got real sidetracked. Kind of like this episode.
Well, I mean, we talked about pops for the most part. But yeah, let us know what pops you guys want to see come out. Do us a favor, comment down below, like, subscribe, listen to us. Comment right here. I don't know what he just pointed to.
The comments.
He found the comments. And we will do our best to respond to anybody that does comment. And by that I mean we'll respond. So if you comment,
Yeah.
we'll talk to
We're
you.
thirsty for comments.
But I've been Michael.
The whole podcast was Cleve.
I'm still Stephanie.
After you're done commenting down below, you can always contact us with any suggestions you might have at suggestions@friendshipsupreme.com.
We have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, we have a Twitter. They are all Friendship Supreme. Except for one. One is
Twitter. And it's Friendship with Supreme without any eyes. Because all eyes should be on us.
and of course, anywhere you can find a podcast.
Anywhere. Including things such as iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher and Spotify and Podcast Addict. We're everywhere, man. Game over. You can never leave. So, thanks for joining us. I'm Michael.
I, the whole time, was Cleve. And you've got a friend in me.